You knew just what my soul needed. Two hearts we share the same beating. Is this what it feels like? Coming back to real, coming back to real life.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I created a last minute Valentine's Day makeup look for you guys. It's like a shimmery pink cut crease, semi-cut crease. I used pretty much only one palette for this makeup look. I used the Just Peachy Mattes palette by Too Faced. And yeah, if you want to see how I got this makeup look, then keep watching. Alright guys, there's a lot of pink going on, so let's just jump right into it. We're going to do a pink eye too, but not like overly pink. It'll be like a mauve-y sort of pretty pink. Alright, so my brow is kind of like rubbed off right here, but I will just touch them up after I finish the eye makeup so that I can tailor it to my wing and my eyeshadow. To prime my eyes, I'm just gonna hit them with some concealer. I'm gonna use this little buffing brush. I know, this brush is kind of ghetto, like I had to tape it. I didn't want to, I got this in a set and I really like this brush. I didn't want to order the whole set again just for this one brush, so you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Works perfect though. Today I'm gonna try to just use one palette, the Just Peachy palette, but I'm also going to use one of those new Essence Metal Shock eyeshadows that I got the other day. So the first shade I'm gonna take is Fresh Picked, and I'm just going to use this as a transition. I'm gonna throw this all into the crease. So the next shade I'm gonna grab is Peach Sangria. It looks like this, like a pinky shade. Take it on a smaller little crease brush, and I'm just gonna focus this right underneath of Peach Cobbler. Is it Peach Cobbler or Fresh Picked? And I'm going to place that just below where we put the transition shade. Focusing this mainly on the outer corner and in my crease. I'm really building up Peach Sangria. I want it to be a pretty defined crease. Little soft circular motions. I'm holding my brush at the very end. I know I've said it so many times. So I've just been going in with Peach Sangria, adding that to the crease, and then taking my blending brush to blend it out. Each time that I go back into Peach Sangria, it just makes the blending process a lot easier, and it ensures that you're not putting on too much at a time before blending it out, and that you don't get stuck with any harsh lines that you can't buff out. I'm just going to take Just Ripe right here and throw that into the crease as well, just to deepen it a bit. I'm just going to take a little dome brush like this, and I'm going to dip into Just Ripe, and I'm just going to place that in the outer V. I'm going to dip my brush into Just Ripe and Peach Sangria, kind of just go back and forth to mix the two together, and I'm going to layer that in the outer V, just so it's like a nice like pinky purplish sort of color. Alright, for the lid I'm going to go in with the Essence Metal Shock eyeshadow. This is like the pinkish one. I don't see a name anywhere on here, so I don't think there's a name. I might be wrong, but it's just like the pinkish one. So I'm just going to take a little concealer brush and kind of wipe off whatever's on the applicator, just so that it's more precise and I can get like a nice defined crease with that. So I'm just going to start here. First, fill in the lid space. I'm just going to do like a semi-cut crease. And then just use my finger to blend it out so that there isn't like a harsh line. Okay, so I wanted to go actually a little bit lighter than this for the lid. On camera it looks pretty light because I have a lot of lights that are reflecting like directly onto my eyes and my face, but in person it's not as light or as much of a contrast as I would like it to be. So I'm just going to take my Morphe 35O palette. I'm going to just wet my little synthetic brush, and I'm going to grab this shade right here. And I'm just going to place it over top everywhere that I put that Metal Shock shadow. Yeah. Oh! Don't do that. So for cut creases, I find it really helps if you tilt your head back. That way you can see exactly the shape of your eyelid. That's my dog scratching on the door. He wants to come in. So that you can see the shape of your eyelid, and the eyelid is like nice and smooth. It's not like wrinkled in your crease or anything like that. So I'll just tilt my head back, slightly pull up the brows just so that the skin there is taut, and then I'll just outline the shape so that it's a nice crisp line. And then once I get to the outer third of my eye, I'll just do like these little flicking motions. So I'm going to take peach sangria, just ripe, and I'll just dip back and forth just so I can get a little mixture. And I'm going to darken up that outer V and just blend it in with the shimmer. Okay, so now the lids are pretty much done. I'm just going to take my Anastasia brow definer in Ebony, and I'm just going to touch up my brows anywhere that might be missing. I'm going to bring out this tail a little bit. And for the brow bone, I'm going to take peach meringue again, and I'm just going to hit it right at the arch of my brow, underneath the arch of my brow, just to clean it up. And I'm just going to do a wing now. I'm using my M Cosmetics Illustrative brush tip. I always start by just lining the lid first on both eyes, and then I go in to do the wing. Alright, one wing is done. Now I just gotta get it to match on the other side. Just saying a silent prayer here because I really do not want to have to mess with this. For falsies, I'm just gonna go in with these. They're like a drugstore brand. It's by Quo. I don't know, a lot of you guys may not have heard them because a lot of you guys are from the States, but I'm from Canada. So you can find these at like Shoppers Drug Mart or Walmart. Alright, I'm just going to wait for these to dry before I go in with mascara. In the meantime, I'm going to finish off with the rest of my face so that I can do the lower lash line. So I'm going to start with my Fenty Beauty primer. I'm going to speed through this part just to save time because you've seen me do my foundation like a million times before and nothing really changes. Sometimes I'll switch up the products, but any products that I use will be listed down below. So for foundation, I'm going to use my Dior Nude Air foundation. Let me like those like Instagram girls and just like drop this all over my face. Oh my god. Oh! You gotta catch it. You gotta be quick. I really love this foundation. It looks just like skin. It's got such a like nice airy texture. It's like water going on, but it has great coverage and it sets to like a nice powdery finish. For concealer, I'm using the usual two, the NARS Creamy Radiant in Ginger and a little bit of the Sephora Bright Future. And I'm not going to contour with my Fenty Beauty matchsticks today. I'm going to use this Chanel one. It's the Soleil Tan de Chanel Bronze Universal. It's just a cream bronzer. I love how this smells. I am all about the scents, you know. I'm just going to take my foundation brush. It's just a flat top kabuki. Swirl my brush in there. And I'm just going to stipple this onto the areas that I would put my bronzer and my contour. And for blush, I'm going to use my Tarte Party Blush. I've hit pan on it. It's very sad. And I'm just going to put it a little higher up than I usually put it. So normally I'll put it on the apples of the cheeks. But for this look, I'm going to concentrate it up here, right on top of that bronzer. And then with whatever's left over, then I'll put it onto the apples of my cheek. But I want to focus it up right up here, just so that it gives the face a more like lifted, snatched appearance. Because it's Valentine's Day. We want to be extra snatched, you know? And to finish off the lower lash line, I'm going to go in first with Peach Cobbler right here. Take it on a little pencil brush, and I'm just going to smoke out this lower lash line. Then I'm going to dip into Peach Sangria, just on the very tip. Go right over top of it, but keeping it closer to the lash line. so that you get that nice gradient from the peach sangria into the lighter peach cobbler color. And for the inner corner highlight, I'm just going to take that same shade that I put on my lid on a little detailing brush. And I'm just going to pop this right in here. And for highlight, I'm going to use my Custom Enhanced Cover FX drops. This is in Sunlight. I like to just kind of squeeze them out onto my hand. And then I will take my beauty blender. I also put some on my chin. I like to put some like in the center right here, right on the bridge. Just so that it brings it forward a bit, because I don't have a strong nose right here. I don't have a strong nose in general, but especially here I would want it to stand out a little bit more, so I'll put the highlight right in this little dip right here. And for mascara, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Telescopic. I'm going to give these lashes a little curl because they're kind of just going straight. And remember, when you're curling your falsies, it's not like your real lashes, like Easy does it. So if you press too hard, then you can get that like L sort of crimp in your lashes that we don't want. And to finish off this look with the lips, I'm going to go in with MAC Whirl. I'm going to go in with this Laritzi liquid lipstick. The color is just nudes. Alright you guys, that completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this pink Valentine's Day cut crease. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.